Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to part 106 of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity, where I am depressed because I've got a really cool flashy sword that I can't actually bind to me. And so I had actually ladies and gentlemen, I will fully admit, I had quite a good look over the soulbound weapons, and so I do know where the first part of the Grey Sleeper is, and I was actually right. It is one of those ancient constructs, but the problem is I didn't know which one, so I'm gonna save my time and not go there for a while because I feel like it's I feel like that's a little bit of cheating. So I'm gonna just leave it for a while and not worry, not go there just yet. I have no clue about the fucking rest though, but let's go quickly just to Stalwart and see how they are doing before we go to somewhere else. Until we leave the White March, rest, and then come back because we'll be back. Let's be honest. I want to get part 2 of the White March done because it's just it was so the first part was so fucking interesting. Like I needed a change of pace, and I mean this change of pace is still good for now. So let's keep it going. So first things first, we'll. Freshly graced. I didn't mean to do that. I meant to press again. I meant to press D. There we go. Let's go see if there's anything to talk about to these guys, and we'll. I'm guessing there probably won't be until we return, but you never know. I don't know how much resting we're going to have to do, but hopefully it's not too much. Ah, so you really found the White Forge, huh? He shakes his head in wonder. Hard to believe it at first, but I've never seen Reginald so giddy about anything. He cracks a crooked grin.
Here you are. I was saving this up for a special occasion, and it doesn't get better than this. Genuine Fenland liquor from over the mountains. All yours, my friend.
I'd like a room
Top
if you don't
quality
mind.
bear pelts on every bed.
I'll take the golden whale again. Just rest up in there. So let's go. Looks like a few people will have different conversation with. So we're going to talk to the main people. I might try. Actually, I should have gone to. I should have gone and spoke to Galvino. We'll go speak to him as well. Actually, it'll take up some time, but I mean, every so often in RPGs, you got some tying up, like loose ends to tie up. So nothing wrong with going to try them up. I think that's the first one, isn't it? Let's have a look. Reginald's. Oh, Renningild, sorry.
Been 200 years since folks set foot in Durgan's battery. Now you've cracked the place wide open, and with quite the display. Thanks to your help, we just might pull through. You've done a lot.
And here, I've been saving these. Some of the last gems we recovered before we had to close the mines. With any luck, we'll have them open again soon. She gives you a small pouch, gemstones twinkle inside. So what happens now for Stalwart? Now it's up to us to use this opportunity to pull ourselves back together. She folds her arms. She has a frown. She frowns. I'm still not pleased about having Bergen's clan stones thrown from our gate. But I'll have to hope that your deal with her holds. Only other thing that would have helped is having Tiana still with us. She knew damn near everything about mining. Real shame. But we should have known she wouldn't be with us much longer. She lowers her voice. To be honest, I didn't really think anyone could open the battery. It just gave folks something to hope for. I still don't know if the White Forge will be enough to keep us going, but at least we've got a chance. Glad I could help. So are we. But I'm hoping you'll help us. Hoping you'll make use of the White Forge too, if you haven't already. She nods at you. After all, it doesn't get much better than Durgan steel. If you can forge something into your existing gear, you'll have a powerful set of equipment in your hands.
What's on your mind?
Nothing. I'm finished speaking to you. Let's go speak to Aldrich.
You did right in parlaying with Baragon. Don't know that anyone else here is going to see it that way, but I thought you should know.
He gives you a thoughtful nod before turning back to the fire. Earlier you said I should make peace with Matron Baragon.
About the only thing folk here haven't tried. Killing one more matron won't change things for long.
But it could be fun.
Your host ignores her.
Besides, her clan's flames that whisper. The one that attacked us was Wolf with many mouths. I'd know him anywhere.
They're cut from the same cloth, Aldrich. Only a matter of time before Baragon marches through that gap in our walls.
At the sound of Renegil's voice, Uldric's shoulders stiffened. His jaw worked in a silent but furious retort.
Something else you need?
You seem to disagree with Renegil on quite a few matters.
Mother's convinced that a magic forge will turn this frozen crack into a hub of civilization. She can't accept this place is dying. Me, I'd just as soon move on.
Well then, let's. We don't need to speak to you until we get back. So let's go. I think there's like 2 more people we need to speak to. I think, oh, maybe 1. I don't actually remember. We'll see. Oh yeah, we need to do something in the fishery, don't we? We need to do that at night though. So let's go back and let's go rest the night. That's not the right house, Joe. Well done. Did not know tab highlighted interactive objects. Sometimes I swear I feel like I should know these things. Yep, that's actually really fucking useful. Fucking hell. I'm not gonna lie, that's actually slightly pissed me off that I finally like been told about that. Look at how much fucking more useful that is.
Back to warm your hands, eh? Top quality bear.
Out we go. Let's put it on fast speed for now. Let's get us. Wait.
Thought you Glonfathens was all fanatical and shit.
I am fanatical. I'm just suppressing it so I don't have to kill all my friends.
So it don't chafe you none that our mutual friend here's been prancing through your sacred ruins?
No, it does. It really does. I'm gonna kill him any time now.
Well then. What he means is he's going to attempt to kill me and I'm going to stab him with my massive shiny sword that I can't use because I'm not a fucking paladin. I'm not going to lie, this gentleman, I had actually spent a good half an hour deciding whether or not I'd actually make a paladin to go with the group. Just so I could fucking use it because, like, fuck you, I want to use it. Right. Get that hedge mage rebuilt and then our keep will be fucking finished again. There we go. Let's get some sneaky sneak on. Something tells me they won't mind me entering it if I take anything. And my headphones, I finally realized my headphones are actually set way too fucking loud. You reach into the barrel and find a bracelet. A thick odor of essence clings to it, fresh with memory. You feel yourself drawn into it. In the memory, you stride into a fishery. The floors are swept clean, but the wood is still splotched with snowmelt and fish guts. A man hunkers in the corner, his head nodding forward as if in sleep. He looks drowsily upon you as you approach. It's Grenade. His face is youthful but sallow, and his hair hangs in stingy locks. You feel a pang of anger and a pity at your brother's debauchery.
Arda.
His voice is little more than a croak.
It's past midnight.
Your throat feels tight. Grenade wipes his nose, then examines the mingled bloods and powder on the back of his hand. He shrugs. Your fingers clench around coarse, thick fabric, your father's best wool cloak, tucked under your arm.
Go! To raid Ceres, or Defiance Bay, or fucking Air Glonfath. I don't care!
You hurl it to the ingrate huddled on the floor. He picks up the cloak and looks at it with the same sort of dull wonder. He wipes his nose on the lining. A sudden rush of fury leaves your limbs and limbs weak and raw.
I'll tell them. Mayor Cena healed. The neighbors. Everyone.
You force your words through your teeth.
About what?
He mumbles, turning his words from a morse of snot and saliva.
The stealing. You think I haven't noticed the money missing from the fishery coffers? Or heard Tana talk about losing a golden duke?
You whisper, afraid even now that someone will overhear you, and the words scorch your throat.
You can't be found when there's work to do, but every time those merchant wagons roll into town, you've got coin enough for a few bags of ripple sponge.
No, it's not.
Garnet blinks back at you. He rubs his red-rimmed eyes. Your own grow warm and blurry.
Stalwart tolerates your sponge habit, but they won't abide your thieving.
You touch your bracelet, a gift from your mother, plucking at the beads.
You won't.
He raises, steadier on his feet than you would have thought.
I will.
You stride toward him. That's a fucking stupid move. I wouldn't have shamed mother and father while they were living, but I won't let you keep this up. Your anger swallows the last of your pity. Anger at him for putting you in this position, for doubting your resolve, for failing to see. You're close enough to smell his stale, sour breath when he pushes you. You fall, watching his widening eyes and the ceiling spinning into your vision. Isn't this just like him? Grenade with his fool tantrums, never thinking of anyone but himself. And now you're going to be nursing a headache for a week, just to go to show you can't help some people. But you remember him too, your baby mother. You remember him too, your baby brother running through the snow, slipping, falling on ice, and you're slipping and falling there. There's way too many ands and not enough fucking commas in this fucking sentence. Like, shit. The sentence starts here. And it's all one fucking sentence. What the fuck? Anyway, I fall on ice, you slipping and falling, and there's a table behind you, but it shouldn't. The memory ends abruptly, jolting you back to the present, with your heart hammering and your palms sweating. The fishery drawer creaks open and in walks Gined, staring at you, and the bracelet in surprise and outrage. His face drains of colour.
You take shelter in our village and then ransack it like a common thief? You'd better explain yourself.
His voice shakes, as do his wide, squared shoulders. Gilverno told me there was a ripple sponge among addict. Seems you're much more than that.
Any who'd put stock in the ravings of that bitter old fool deserve all the trouble they get.
You killed your sister Ada, right in here in this room. He opens his mouth to reply, but the words catch in his throat. The guard next to him stares at the bracelet, recognition turning to horror.
Worth coming back for this alone.
It was an accident. I was a failure and a wretch then. But I never would have killed anyone. Least of all my own kin.
He turned his gaze down, offering his apology to his own clenched fists. Of course you'd say that. Anyone in your position would.
I gave her body to the lake. But I kept her bracelet. To remember the cost of my own weakness.
He loosens his hands and stares at the emptiness in his leathery palms.
I ain't asking for forgiveness. I know I don't deserve any. My penance is my work on behalf of the village. And they need it, truly. You've seen the shape this place is in. Have mercy on Stalwart, if not on me. Let me do the work Arda would have done. That's my debt to Stalwart, and the only fitting way to honor my sister.
He looks up at you, his eyes bright and clear. Aldwyn would give it to him. Very well, he'll take the bracelet. He snatches it out of the air and looks at it in wonder and sorrow. Finally, he tucks it into his pocket.
Thank you. Stalwart may not know what you've done for them tonight, but they'll hear of your honor.
Wow, bandits really are fucking my... oh shit, we did not assign anyone there? Assign this woman, she's creepy. Get rid of her. Right, so... That's the second to last thing in Stalwart done that I want to do before we start the White March Part 2. The next thing is go speak to this guy, and then we're going to leave. We're going to go to the fort, our keep for a while. Might even try and do that quest we failed so horribly at against the attacking Baron or whatever his name is.
Watch yourself on the mountain.
Alright, fair enough. He doesn't want to speak to us. Let's leave Starwell for now. I am probably going to go give that quest a crack. Give it a go, see what we can do. But first things first, we need to leave Starwell. Hey, we gained 2 soulbound items here. I was pretty fucking happy with that. Actually, no, we gained 3. Take 24 hours to get to Caed Nua. That's fine with me. So, it's nice to be out of Caed Nua for a while.
In ruins near my home, but your fortress is impressive in its own little way.
Do people are like people living here now or some shit? No, what's the, that's my chapel, I think. Are there people in my fort again? I'm pretty sure I said no one comes in my fort. God damn it, no one listens. So we know we still need to talk to this guy and do that quest, which is what I'm going to do. But I'm going to talk to the steward first.
It is good to see you here. I can feel a change in the air already. There is much to do. Is there anything I can do to help?
What is the state of the keep? Where to begin? Let's just see here. I thought she was going to just give me a rundown. Right, we're going to rest in the woodland trails. As you sleep, you are buoyed and buffeted by the vagaries of dreams. They tumble and thrash about as you fill your mind's eye with pale, glittering emotes. They resolve into a light snowfall and biting northerly wind. You recognize the mountains of the White March rising around you, and you shiver. You see Starwell a few miles away, quiet and still, but for a few killing strokes of streams of smoke rising from the chimneys. Durgan's battery is perched above it, the shadow stretching into the valley. Above it all, you hear a deep, slow rhythm. At first, it sounds like a distant drumming, but then it goes louder, cracking through the dry air and booming from the mountain peaks. It builds as you feel it reverberating beneath your feet. Watch and listen. Wow, each thud comes louder and faster than the next. Thunder echoes from the mountaintops as great sheets of ice and snow tumble down the slopes. But the rhythm keeps building, shattering frozen lakes like crystal saucers. New ravines split through the mountains as old chasms fill with snow and scree. A rock slide buries Starwell and Durgan's battery is shaken into rubble. Shadows rise over the mountains, the vanguard of a massive army. You flee. You stumble down the foothills and beyond and bound across the Deerwood, feeling the rumble of the advancing army all the while. I'm going to barricade myself in Caed Nua. Caed Nua rises from the forest, its mended walls reaching out to you like a pair of strong arms. You barricade yourself within the great hall as the pounding grows closer still. It rattles the foundation of the great keep, and just as the masonry begins shaking loose, you hear an unholy battle cry coming from your courtyard. The ceiling collapses and sends a cascade of bricks and beams onto your head. You struggle to wakefulness, kicking at the bedding knotted around your legs. As you shake free the last bonds of sleep, you hear a voice whisper something in a language you've never heard, and you see an image of 100 shifting, staring eyes. You awaken, feverishly warm and covered in sweat. Interesting. But unfortunately, we'll have to wait until the next part to resolve that. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next part. See you guys then.